The FV215B 183 is a British Tier 10 tech tree tank destroyer. It's probably the worst vehicle you can pull out if you wanted to win, but it's the best vehicle if you wanted to ruin other people's fun. It is able to deal 1300 damage in a standard HESH-penetrating shell, which is pretty easy to do, judging that the tank does have 242 millimeters of HESH pen. Even at standard pen, it's great at 315 millimeters, absolutely buttering through basically anything that is thrown in front of you. The 183 is actually pretty solid DPM at 2,800, and in the latest update of the game, this vehicle got quite a bit more accurate, about 10%. It went from 0.362 dispersion with refined gun down to 0.350. That is not terrible dispersion. Definitely not as good as the original 183 was back in the day when it came out, but to be fair, 0.350 is the ability to quite easily hit shells at a decent distance away. It's what the old WZ115A was before its buff. As well, the 183 got better on-movement dispersion and better reverse speed by 2 kilometers per hour, which is a pretty big buff going from 12 to 14. The only downside of the 183 is that it got worse camouflage, which is impressive judging that it already has the worst camouflage in Tier 10. So basically, the 183 is going to be detected a mile away. Even if you're in a bush, most lights and mediums will be able to spot you through it. But at the same time, the 183 kind of got a flat buff. It's more accurate. And I would always trade accuracy on any tank if I could have a little bit worse camo, unless maybe I'm in a light tank or a medium. But definitely a heavy or a vehicle like the 183, who cares? You already got the worst camo. Might as well get more accuracy. Now, on the question that a lot of people always ask me on live streams, should I grind the 183? No, I wouldn't suggest it. The reason is, sure, you can look at the statistics and see 930 alpha, 1300. It's got great pen, it's got even decent DPM. The problem with grinding the 183 is, first of all, the line is not easy for newer players. So if you're newer at the game, the Tortoise, the AT15, the AT7, they're all going to be incredibly painful to grind. They're all slow, and stock, they're probably pretty bad. I've never even played them stock, but I can imagine they're not the most fun vehicles to play. But the second thing is that there are vehicles that are way more deadly at this point. If you wanted to go for the highest alpha, grind to 4005. This tank is a 4-shell autoloader that deals, what, 1640 damage in a matter of 5 seconds if you're using shell reload boost. Even a vehicle like the Foch is able to get out 1100 damage in 7 seconds and then have 3400 DPM. So there are so many tanks at this point that have incredible DPM, clipping capabilities, or just flat raw damage like the Badger that has 3800 DPM at this point, that it might want you to question why you would grind the FV215B 183 when there's other vehicles that do basically a HESH clip, but even more. The AMX 50B and the TVP 5051 are two other examples of tanks that can deal more than an average HESH shell. I mean, the TVP does 1240, but the TVP can also reload its clip quite quickly, and it has the ability to get all of its damage out in 4.5 seconds with incredible accuracy. And when it comes to the 50B, it's able to get out 380 alpha 4 times, which is 1520 damage. I mean, basically, at this point, I would say there are many, many options that are better than playing the 183. But there is one thing you can't replicate that the 183 can do, and that is absolutely ruining somebody's fun in a matter of one click. Autoloaders and tanks that have really high DPM, sure, they have high DPM, but you have to be able to use that damage per minute to obviously excel and succeed. Where the 183, you don't really need DPM. All you need to do is penetrate a shell, and yeah, you've done your job. So let's see what the enemy team has. They got a 60 TP, an AMX M454, an E100, double 183, an Object 704, and as well a WZ120. Now our team also has two 183s, but because I'm in one of them, that is definitely a big help as long as the enemy team makes a lot of mistakes. Now our team is doing actually a pretty good thing here and all pushing towards base D. D is definitely one of the best sides to go. We have a camping IS-8 for some reason. I got no clue what that guy's been doing. I don't even know what he did this entire game. I want to see how much damage he did at the end. I just noticed that. But let's see what we can do here. So we got a WZ120 in the front line, and he's the only tank spotted so far, so obviously I'm going to aim in on the only tank. Let's see, is the WZ going to poke it? Ooh, fire! Oh man, it flies directly where I aimed, and we dealt 1301 damage. absolutely ruining the WZ's battle. Now, I don't think he was going to do anything crazy as it was, as our whole team was over there, but it's just insane to think that we were able to deal all of his health. But don't worry, we got another tank, a 183, drove out in the open like a doofus, and then died like a doofus too from his own kind. Yeah, the 183 is still quite an insane take if you're able to connect your shells, especially with this accuracy buff. I mean, I was easily able to hit both of those shots there. And let's see if these accuracy, I don't know, correspondences continue. So we got the U100 in the back. We have the Amex M454 and the 60 TP. Well, there's the U100 pushing up. And we also got the 704. Oh, aiming on the 704 and fire. Oh, we weren't even fully aimed in. That shot was just pure luck, but it still hit and brought that almost full health 704 down to 132 hit points. 3 shells connected, 3,800 damage dealt. But we're not done yet. How about we aim it on the C100? He's showing his entire side, and we might as well reload. There you go. We got our shell back and fire. Yep, 868 damage. There goes half of the 183, or not the 183, the E100 in just a moment. I mean, it's just insane what this tank can do. It might not be the best tank. It might actually be the worst tank in tier 10, but you can't knock the ability to absolutely nuke a hit point pool. So we got the 60 TP, was aiming it on his side, but then he turned his turret flush to the side for me. So we got a nice 1,500 damage penetration into him, 6,200 damage dealt, and oh darn, we finally got penetrated. What will I ever do? Oh wait, we are 100% going to win this battle. Now, I just noticed our IS-8 is still on the back hill. Did he deal any damage? That is the bet. That's really the big question here. Even more over than our 183 gameplay. How much did the IS-8 deal? But our E100, or their E100, should I say, is the only target left that I really want to shoot. The 183 is already down to 800 hit points, and the E100 is directly in front of me, so I might as well aim in an AP on his engine deck, overmatch it, and get out 1,200 damage, basically, as if I was firing a HESH shell. 6 shells fired, 7,391 damage dealt. That is why the 183 is one of the most popular tanks in the game, because it can do that by clicking the fire button 6 times. It takes no skill, and there you go. Yeah, it's a dumb tank. It's a pretty dumb tank. And the dumbest part is that wasn't even an ace. We did all that and didn't even ace the tank. Did our IS-8 deal a single hit point? He did. Actually, he managed to deal 1,100 damage. Somehow our IS-8 did better than 2 of our other vehicles. Well, either way, hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and let me know what you guys think about the 183. Obviously, its playstyle is basically the same. And now that there are deadlier tanks out there, like the Amex 50B, the FV215B, the Foch, this tank is definitely going to be a lot worse, because with its worst camouflage that I got nerfed on, you're going to be able to full clip this tank. I mean, literally, a 4005 can bring a full health 183 down to a one-shot for almost every tier 10 in the game. That's pretty insane when you think about it. So, yeah, the 183, while it is a tank you shouldn't mess with, at the same time, once you see it shoot, it's basically free for the taking. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and if you'd like to see more like it, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. Let me know your thoughts about the 183. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.